Hello there, fantastic to see you magnificent creature. How you doing? Doing all right? Holding up okay? You look good, so at least we got that going for you. Hi there. Hello. Welcome again to my home office / Twitch streaming room. Speaking of Twitch, if you're watching this right when the video came out, I am currently on Twitch streaming right now. Links there, also in the top of the description. And on the stream today, we're doing something very exciting. I'm giving away a curiosity box to one lucky viewer. So go head on over there after you watch this video. I'll still be streaming, hopefully. But today we're doing something fun. I asked on Twitter for some questions and you delivered with some questions. By some questions, I mean precisely 185, which I will not be answering all of today. Also, and this is very exciting, this video is sponsored by my friends at Skillshare, and we'll get into Skillshare in a little bit later in the episode, but I'm very excited about it. I'll explain why. But it's really, really cool. So we'll talk about that in just a little bit. Anyway, let's answer some questions, shall we? This question I think was the most asked. Probably 180 out of 185 were this question, which Rex Wrath asks, how have you been doing? I'll answer this for everyone that asked it via Rex Wrath. I'm doing great. I cannot complain very much at all. I said this at the beginning of the pandemic. I'm very fortunate. My job does not require me to interact with other human beings. So it's fine. That being said, there are a lot of people who aren't me, who are having a hard time. You might be one of them. And so with that in mind, you know, what I have been doing is donating to food banks, to charities that offer support, depending on what financial things you need, or if it's just, you know, help with school materials, or if you're elderly, help getting groceries to you. I'll put a link in the description to some of the charities and food banks that I've been donating to, if you feel the need to do that. The only real hiccup that I have is that I can't see my family. And I would very much like to see my parents, but they're older and I don't want to risk killing them. So, I'll see them when it's safe. Ooh, Lexi Violet, you know, how's Twitch going? Lexi asks. It's going great. I'm there right now, as you already know, because I just told you that a minute ago. But I love it. Here's why I like Twitch. YouTube, you can have a community on, to a degree, but it's very passive. I speak to you, you leave a comment, and I maybe will respond to it. Twitch allows a real-time interaction. And I haven't promoted my Twitch too much because I want to be able to keep it that way, where I can interact with people in the chat and actually have a conversation or find out about their lives, answer questions. I really like that. And it's fun. You know, I'm a pro gamer, so it's great to be able to share my pro gamer skills with everybody else. You know, they get a little taste of the good life. None of that is true. About the pro gamer part. The other part's true. Pro gamer thing, not true. Good egg. Monty's a good egg. Monty asks, do you have a Discord server? I do, Monty. You can actually find a link to the Vsauce 3 Discord right down there in the description. Wonderful place. Great community. Ooh, Shan asks, I'm about to graduate college in the spring. Any advice for going out into the big wide world? Well, first and foremost, congratulations. My advice to you is to be okay with being uncomfortable. Because I know for me, when I got out of college, I had spent 4 years focusing on a thing. And that is what I wanted to do. And if nothing fit within that view that I had, then it was just a hard pass. I wish that I had explored more opportunities. Not that I had done them, but at least taken the time to explore them. Talk to different people, find out what they're looking for, what they need, if I could fit into that. Because even if I can't, those people that you talk to aren't just going to stay in that one position forever. They might move on to other jobs and be like, oh, remember that person that I spoke to a while ago? I should see what they're doing because they might fit for this other role. Colton Clore, can you juggle? I can juggle. Do I have anything to juggle? Let me see if I have something. Oh, I got a potato. Boop, 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 boop. Oh my gosh. They're all very awkward, but hey, I can do it, I think. Boop, 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 boop. Yes, there you go. I can juggle. So, I'm really stoked. This is, maybe you don't care. I care. I'm excited. Really stoked. So Skillshare, this has never happened to me before. They liked my deal that I did with them in a few videos ago so much that we're doing like a 6-month deal where I'll make a video with Skillshare in it once a month for 6 months. And I'm super pumped. But what I'm so excited about is because of that deal, I was able to, I don't have it yet, but I was able to order a new vlog camera. Because the camera I'm using now, for being honest, is it's the Curiosity Box. It's Curiosity Box's camera. And it's the DSLR that I use to take our product shot photos. So I'm borrowing that. The microphone that I'm using, I'm borrowing from a friend. It's not mine. But now I'll finally have my own vlog camera and my own shotgun mic for it. So I'm really stoked on that. So thank you, Skillshare. That was very nice of you. And now let's talk about Skillshare. If you don't know what Skillshare is, I have talked about it a lot and I use it a lot. Skillshare is basically a library of information, of classes, of tutorials to help you learn more. And that could be in photography, in video production, in graphic design, in music. There's so many different courses, so many different classes. And actually one that I took very recently, in that video where I built a touch screen, the tablet in a Jeep to make it look like a Tesla, the audio was terrible. Gee whiz, I was in a car, I was outside in a busy street, I was in a giant cavernous warehouse, the audio was really, really bad. And I use Adobe Creative Suite, so I have access to something called Adobe Audition, and that is for sound editing. I've never used it before, so I took this class, Adobe Audition, Sound Post-Production for Film, Documentary, Interview, and Clips, and it was hugely helpful. Let me tell you, it's by Film VFX. I'm actually doing it for this video too. So this is me as it was naturally recorded, no sound editing at all. And this is me speaking with sound editing. You can see there's a little bit less noise. My voice is a little bit more full. Sound is as important as the video. That is just full stop true. You need good sound. So anyway, Skillshare is honestly a great resource. It's less than $10 a month for literally endless classes, and good news, if you want to try out Skillshare, there is a link at the top of the description, or it is right here. And the first 1,000 people get a free trial membership to Skillshare Premium. I really can't recommend it enough. And I'm so happy that Skillshare likes me enough to keep working with me. And because of Skillshare, I'm gonna have a really cool new vlog camera. So thank you, Skillshare. Ooh, Alexandre, favorite video games that you've played during this year? Yes. Among Us has obviously been a huge game, but it's been really, really fun. I love playing that one. The Last of Us Part 2 is chef's kiss, a work of art. I was nervous because a lot of people, leading up to me playing it, I saw a lot of reviews, a lot of feedback that people didn't like it. It is incredible. Guapo Mez, I love you, I love you. Don't break eye contact, Guapo. Keep staring at me. This is a good one, The Eccentric Orbiter. I understand your passion is creating educational and scientific content, but is there a branch of science or engineering you would have liked to follow as a career if you hadn't become an educator? First, thank you for thinking I'm an educator. I'm not a teacher. And I could never be a teacher. I do not have that skill set nor the patience. So I went through this rut where, I spent so much time wanting to be a filmmaker and it just wasn't happening. So I applied to 2 different colleges. I applied to NYU for computer science because I thought maybe computer programming would be more my speed. And then I applied to a culinary school to see about being a chef. And I remember I applied to both of those schools and I was waiting to hear back, and then things started picking up for me. And I started getting more work, being able to do the things that I love doing, which was making movies. And that's why I'm here today. So if I hadn't gotten that spur of the moment kind of like, oh, hey, here's some work, here's some things to do, then I'd probably either be a chef or a computer programmer, which are not bad professions, and they're still creative in their own way. So there you go. Blizzard warning, most underrated nacho ingredient. This is probably the most important question that I've ever been asked. It's not so much an ingredient, it's the preparation. If you just take a bunch of tortilla chips and then put cheese on top of it and melt it, you're gonna get a lot of chips that have nothing on them. What I prefer is a layered approach. One, the chips should have beans on them, refried preferably. And then you should also have cheese, and you should do it in a way where almost every chip is touched, is kissed by beans and or cheese. It really gets my goat when I order nachos, and it's like, they just threw some cheddar cheese on it and threw it in the oven and boom, shakalaka. I don't want that. If I wanted a cheese blanket with some chips, that's what I would have ordered. I ordered nachos. Get your cheese blanket out of my face. Skeleton asks, ever miss doing your game loot and Apple Night videos, and would you ever do them again? Yes, and yes. So the first week of December, hold me to this. Do not let me wiggle my way out of this one. The first week of December, it's gonna be classic Vsauce 3 week. We're gonna have dongs, we're gonna have game loots, we're gonna have Apple Nights, and if I can get my hands on a PS5 and or Xbox, we will have a fax surgery. Crimson Penguin, do you like penguins? I do like penguins. I want to eat a penguin. Noah Morris, what are some of your inspirations behind your creative process? And on a different note, what would you say to someone who wants to get into making videos to help them make the jump? Let me answer the last question first, Noah. What I would say to someone who wants to get into video making but hasn't made the jump is just do it. Here's the thing. You can come up with a million excuses as to why not to do it, right? Or, ooh, maybe I'm not ready. I need more help. Oh, I need a better camera. Oh, I need better sound. I need a better computer. Just do it. Those are artificial roadblocks. You can use the tools that you have and the resources that you have to make something. Now, will it be a huge Michael Bay movie? No, but it doesn't have to be. Because what you've done is you've made something. You tried something. And then you learn from that. Okay, you know what? Maybe just using my phone to film actually worked out. But the locations I didn't particularly like. Great, get better locations next time. But now you know. You have put in the time, you have put in the effort to learn what you can and cannot do and how you can creatively problem solve. I remember I was doing a talk at New York Film Festival or Tribeca Film Festival, I don't know, some New York Film Festival. And somebody asked me, they said, hey, I wrote the screenplay, I'm a director, I just need a producer so I can make it. And my response was, why? Why do you need someone to allow you to make it? Just make it. If you're that passionate about it, if you've written the script, if you can direct it, find the people to do it. Don't wait for someone to come to you to find the people. You can do it if you really care about it. Ooh, Max, this is a really good one. What do you regret that you wish you could move past from? Here's the thing. I think I've said this before in videos. I tend not to regret anything. Not that there aren't things that I have done or ways that I have acted or people that I've treated in a manner that I wish I hadn't. And if I could go back in time, I would not have treated them that way or not have acted that way or et cetera, et cetera. And, I think as you get older, you become a much more reasonable person, I hope. At least that's my experience. But I don't regret things. And the reason why, and let's differentiate this. You can feel bad about things, but I don't regret things ultimately because everything that has happened to me or that I have done in my life has led to the point where I am now. And I don't necessarily like who I am. I think we can all improve. But I have a wonderful partner and a wonderful dog, and my career is doing not terribly, and I'm very fortunate. And all of these moments have led to this. Everything, good, bad, the in-between. It's all a journey that has led to where you are now. And it doesn't mean this is the final stop on your journey. You'll continue. But where I am now is because of what has happened in my life. So I do not regret things. Do I regret having cancer? I would have liked to not have cancer, but I don't regret it because it's made me who I am today. And I think it made me a much better person, a much calmer person, a more supportive person, a more considerate person. So when it comes to regrets, my advice, and this is just mine, is that you accept that those things happened and you learn from them and you learn to live with them. And if you wrong people in the past, you can apologize because nothing you can do can change what has happened. But what you can do is change what will happen in the future for you and for those around you. Any whoosy whatsy, all the links are down there. There's links to Skillshare, to some charities that I like, to the Twitch stream that's happening right now, and we're giving away a curiosity box. And I probably mentioned other links that I will remember when I edit this video, and I'll put down there as well. Thank you so much for your questions. We're gonna do this more often. I really do enjoy it. So, follow me on the old Twitters, @JakeRar, and I will see you hopefully in a moment on Twitch. But in case I don't, that is fine, because I love you, and remember, it's not goodbye. Oh no, it's never goodbye. It's...